RPGamer here at PAX 2014. Chris Privateer here with Bob Roberts, lead designer on Shadows of Mordor. Tell us about Shadows of Mordor. What kind of game is this?
So Shadows of Mordor is a third-person, open-world, action-adventure sandbox game. It's set...
Can you fit more genres in there?
It's a big game.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do. And it's story-wise, it's set between the events of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings.
Excellent.
So it's an entirely new story right in that 80-year period, right when Sauron returns to Mordor after being gone for thousands of years.
Jeez. So where are you guys getting your story inspiration from?
So we've dug deep into the lore, into Tolkien, and obviously read thoroughly through the books, especially the appendices. There's a lot of good stuff to mine in there, and then trying to speak to the themes, like not just the details of the canon, but trying to be authentic to like the bigger themes of Tolkien and look at what he got inspiration from as well. The ancient Greek and Norse myths and. The other important thing about the game, not just story-wise, I mean, there's a great narrative there that's actually written by Christian Cantamessa, who is the lead designer and writer on Red Dead Redemption. So he helped us with the structure of that, a non-linear story. But in that sandbox world as well, there's kind of the heart and soul of the game is the Nemesis system, which is kind of the key innovation we're trying to bring to the genre, where every enemy in the world, like every single grunt, like every guy that you would think of as cannon fodder, actually is unique, procedurally built, and has the potential to grow and become a boss, remember you, and build a relationship with you. And the way we can do that is, in our game, time doesn't rewind, and you don't start from a checkpoint if you die. So you don't just replay the last couple minutes of your life like it never happened. It moves forward, you're resurrected by this wraith, this spirit of vengeance who has a grudge against Sauron, who's keeping you alive. And so when time moves forward as you die, that means that guy that killed you gets to level up and remember that event, and that's like an important moment in his life. So the orcs and the enemies in the world are going off doing their own missions and leveling up and backstabbing and killing each other for power, as well as you getting involved in there. So it's a really dynamic.
Nemesis. All right.
New target. Anyway, it's a really dynamic sandbox there where anything is sort of possible with all these guys. So the grunts become meaningful. They're not just faceless enemies that you mow down by the thousands.
So like when you die, how much time is passing?
It's interesting. It's kind of we don't want to put a very specific number on it.
Okay.
But enough time that these guys, if they're off on a hunt or they're off getting into a duel with each other, that'll resolve and they'll level up from that, or accomplish their goals and build a name for themselves and kill each other off a little bit. So it's not years. Okay. But
enough. All right. So what's new about the build at PAX? Anything?
So what we've got here is an open sandbox demo. We're letting people get their hands on, see the Nemesis system in action, deeper into the game. It's the same stuff we've been shown at Gamescom recently, and just giving a chance for people to get a feel of it.
Yeah. Okay. So when's this thing coming out?
Shadow of Mordor releases September 30th.
Yay.
On Xbox One, PS4, PC, 360, and PS3.
All right. Every platform, basically. And then, what is your favorite Nemesis so far? Do you have any good stories? Have you been playing through, like some guy who you didn't expect to come get revenge on you? It was like.
There have been a lot of fun ones. There was one guy in particular recently. This is the best thing about this game, actually, is that we keep seeing these emergent stories. So after years of development, we keep seeing these things where we'll come out of a review or we'll be playing and be able to turn to our coworkers and be like, okay, you'll never believe what just happened. But this guy, so I'd killed him before. He had cheated death. He comes back with a big scar on his face, calls me out again, takes me down. So I go hunting after him again. I see another captain out in the world, and he calls me out. I'm like, uh-oh. I see the guy coming down the hill. I'm like, oh, that's him. And it turns out that this guy, who's right in front of me, actually has a fear of that guy. So he sees it and freaks out and runs. So this guy's really intimidating. It was a great moment.
That's great. Well, it kind of helped you out, I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Looking forward to the game. Check it out September 30th. Until then, stay tuned for more RPGamer at PAX 2014. Thanks, everyone.